Folks, welcome back. My name is Rudy. You're watching Alpha. Folks, welcome back to another fucking crazy day. Kid Icarus, eBay, MOX Pearl. Hold on a second. Ended $3,050. $3,000. $1,277 tacos. If paid by retail, not party pack discount. So, interesting deal. Everybody's been watching this magic 30th anniversary, MOX Pearl on eBay. And everybody, just like me, has been losing their hair, curled up in the fetal position for 6.9 minutes a day, and we're trying to figure out why and who is going to pay $3,000 for the brand new. We didn't break the reserve list. We didn't break the spirit of Mark Rosewater's ex-girlfriend. And we need to find out who's paying $3,000 for this. So the listing ended. Kid Icarus handled it. The guy's, a lot of people, oh, he's greedy, mean guy, nice guy. Let me tell you something. Kid Icarus has been around a long time. And he's a business owner. He works really, really hard. He's built himself an empire, a name, an image. He's a great dude. He's a good person. I've worked with him in the past. Haven't talked to him in a long time. Met him before, years ago. But he handled this thing really well. He literally told everybody and posted online that the auction for this card ended over $3,000. And he reached out to the people bidding on the auction. One of which only had like an eBay feedback of like 0 or 1. So, and that particular individual pumped the number pretty high up. And he said, even if I canceled that person's bid and let the previous person and it drops the price, it's still not fair because you don't really know what the true price is. So he actually posted letting everybody know that it is not officially going to sell. He doesn't feel comfortable. He's not fully on board with the value of the card and what happened with the listing. Now, he also stepped up better than I would have and even said, I'm not going to relist it until the Wizards dumps the rest of the overpriced toilet paper on the market so that we can see what the real value is. He's actually going to wait so the market can get a better idea so people don't get hosed one way or the other. I thought that was pretty admirable. That's something you got to give it credit. You got to give him credit. He handled it really well. And again, like I've said a million times over on this channel, most people in this magic community, remember when you say community, look up, look to the left, and be dramatic. The community. So most people in this magic industry community I've worked with over the last 20 years are incredible people. Seriously. And again, a lot of times the Wizards employees, especially a lot of the regular employees, they get wrapped up in this stuff and, they don't have any power to control the shots. A very small handful of people are the ones that are really kind of in the in crowd or part of the cool kid. It's a very tight-knit bubble and everybody else is not worthy. But anyways, so what does this mean? Obviously, there's a lot of speculation on this Magic 30th coming up. A lot of people are asking, was this an attempt by the fake bidder or whatever to inflate the value, to really put a beacon or a value point before Wizards launches this end of the month biggest moment in modern Magic history? And we have more videos coming on this because I don't know if everybody fully understands how big of a deal this launches for this $1,100 for 4 packs. Because I've been saying it over and over. I hope it fails, but I'm afraid because I think it will sell out. And the suits are going to all give themselves giant hugs. And it's going to give them the green light to change everything into a nasty future. And, we're going to... And a lot of people feel this was part of the ninja shady marketing. We don't know. We don't have any information. We don't know who the bidders were. We don't know the fake bid. We don't know this. But man, has it been circling conspiracy theory like crazy. So I think the eBay listing ended. It was handled well by Kid Icarus. I think he did the respectful thing to do. I think he handled the best he could based on how dramatic and public this became. And more importantly, at the end of the day, let's all pretend for a moment here that this card actually sold for $3,050 like it did. Okay? Let's pretend. $3,000, let's just call it. Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means for everything else? Now, we take this item that's $3,000 and place it in the context of ABU, CE, and ICE, Collector's Edition, International Collector's Edition. Obviously, most people are going to say, well, it's not a real card, even though you can smell the spirit of the reserve list from Mark Rosewater and all this. At the end of the day, if this card is $3,000, what does that mean? The 1994-95 Collector's Edition version from almost 30 years ago, what are those worth? What's that MOX Pearl worth? And then the next question is, if an unlimited MOX Pearl sells for around $3,000-$4,000, are you telling me that Wizards can print new cards because the reserve list doesn't matter, right, everybody? And suddenly the new card's worth the same as the old one? So this really opens Pandora's box into a lot of complicated questions that I don't fully have the answers to. We can all have healthy conversations, discussions, but at the end of the day, nobody knows what the hell the answer is. But the reason this thing became so popular is because this was setting a benchmark for everybody to make financial decisions and valuations on what Wizards is doing. And it became a very scary thing because people were saying, how can this be worth $3,000? If this is worth $3,000, is this the biggest bubble scam ever? Or are the old cards, like Rudy's been saying, severely undervalued? Or did the reserve list never matter at all because they can just reprint something today and it breaks the whole collectible antique aging theory of older, rarer, better? So if Wizards can just go out right now, print 1,000 new MOX Pearls and they're worth the same as the thing from 30 years ago, that changes everything. That makes the items no longer old, really matter. The scarce things and scarcity no longer matter. You're going to distort and really annihilate the understanding and the credibility and the stability and the future long-term longevity of the market. So that's where we're at. A lot of people think there's a lot of shadiness. A lot of people believe that it was a scam and wasn't going to end. And I think Kid Icarus handled it quite well. Got to give the man credit. I mean, he was in a damn weird situation and it worked out for him and he handled it good. And it'll be very interesting to see what happens. Before I end the video, just remember, folks, you're going to hear this in a lot of videos. We're in a very special moment in time right now. A lot of you may not realize it. I may not realize it. This is a very defining moment in Magic history. In a couple weeks, when Wizards, if and or when Wizards launches this, and they move forward, and they sell this little thing for $1,100, and it sells out, and it works, everything will change. Everything will change. Because that is going to give them the green light to do it again. Wizards always does a single test sample, and if it works, they go after it and they milk it till it's dead. Whether it's a core set, a dual deck, a From the Vault, a Masterpiece Series card, Extended Art and Ultimate Masters, the all-new etched foil or all-new texture, whatever it is, Wizards does the first test drop, which is this moment in 2 weeks. And if this is successful, I'm warning you all, nothing will ever be the same. And if people don't hold the line and actually don't buy this, everything will change. And I don't know if it's going to be a better thing, a greedier thing, a bankrupt thing, a skyrocketing, but I assure you, it will be a turning point in the history of Magic and Hasbro. At least the stock's doing good.